guys, SimCoder here, and today you are going to be learning how we can get the data back from the intent that we did in the previous lesson, so the PayPal intent, and we are going to get the data if the state of the transaction was successful or not. So let's get right into it, and to get the information, first and foremost, we must go inside the onActivity results. And let me just find it. Here we go. Let me just give some space so that we don't get interference from the others. Okay, this is all that we need. Okay, so the first thing that we are going to do is to get the data, this intent data, in the payment confirmation form, which is a variable that PayPal SDK has. So PayPal, no, payment confirmation, confirm equals to data dot get parsable data, parsable extra, I'm sorry, payment activity dot extra result confirmation. Okay, so now we are going to check if this confirmation is not null, just for crash purposes. So if confirm different from null, because it is this variable right here. Okay, then we say try, because we are going to try to pass that on to a JSON form of objects. Try JSON object, JSON object equals to new JSON object, because this is the way that the data is returned to. Confirm dot to JSON objects dot to string. Okay, so unheld exception, that's because the try isn't finished. You need the catch. Okay, make sure you add that on in here, and then we can move on and say string dot payment response, and this is where you are because I'm sorry, let me go back a bit. This JSON has a lot of information. It is like an array of some sort, and we want one in specific, and you can check it out for yourself. Just debug it here, and actually someone was asking how to debug. All you have to do is to click in the line that you want it to stop, and then click here and run the app. But that's beyond what I was talking about. So the JSON returns kind of an array, and we want only the state part of it, which, as if you think about it as a Firebase, you want the child with a key name state, and you want to get the value of it. So to get that, we simply say JSON object dot get JSON object, and the string is going to be response because that's the name of it, and get string state, and this will return either approve or something else that's a failure. So then we say if payment response dot equals approved, then we can make a toast, and I believe we have a toast down here, so I'm going to copy it. That says payment successful, and then we are going to store that in the database a child that's going to indicate to us that the payment has been successful, and so in the future we can actually allow the driver to get the money from this drive. And I'm going to grab the database right here to show you how it will look like. So when a customer pays and it is successful, this child will be created right here, which is customer paid equals to true. just that. If this child doesn't exist, that means that the user never paid, and so the driver can't get the money from it. And to do that, we simply go into history, write info database dot child customer paid, and set the value to true. This variable we have created in the onCreate method, I believe, so you can go check it out if you have any doubts about it, but it just points here. That's all you have to do. So if this is the history, the write that we are looking at, it points here, if or any other, depending on which history single activity you are searching in. And okay, so now we have to move on to something else, which is to not allow the user to pay 2, 3, 4, whatever times. And in order to check for this, we must check this child right here, and we must enable or disable the pay button depending on the value of it. So I'm going to grab the data from the database first, and then we can move on to working with the button. So let's go up into the get right information, and let's just double that up and change this to customer paid. And if customer paid, then we are going to set the customer paid variable, which we are going to create in a second, to true. So let's grab this and create a boolean right up top below this, equals to false. So just to not having any trouble in the beginning and not let the user be quicker than us, we are going to set it to false, and we are going to set the button enabled to false as well in the beginning. So only if that value returns true do we enable it and show it and everything else. So yeah, customer paid. Okay, and now all we have to go is to go inside here and say if if customer paid equals to true. So in booleans you don't need to do equals to true, because it works somewhat different. So as this is a boolean, if this variable is true, it will be called. If you wanted to know if this variable isn't true, then we would simply place an exclamation point right here. Okay, so if customer paid equals true, then we say my pay, which is the button, dot set enabled to false, because the user doesn't want to pay 2 times for something that only requires once. Else we say pay mpay dot set enabled to true, and that's it. But there's one more thing that we gotta do, which is when the user pays, we have to change the state of enable to false again. So I'm going to copy this, go below, and in here inside the if payment response equals to approved, then I'm going to set the mpay set enable to false. Okay, so I believe that's all. Let me just double check. Okay, looks fine. Okay, let's run the app and see if everything checks out. So here we are, and let's go into history. I'm on the customer login, obviously. And let's go into the last one, which this has already been set, the customer has already paid. Let's go in, and as you can see, we can pay because it is disabled. So now let's check yet another thing, which is to actually pay and see if the button becomes disabled and if this child is created right here. So let's go above. Let me just check if this one has. Okay, we can try it here. Checking the device, pay with PayPal. Okay. Okay. that password is made up, so don't try to do it. Sorry, what's the problem? Okay, let me just check one thing and I'll get back to you. Let's try it right now. And the payment was successful. As you can see, something changed here. Okay, customer paid, and the button became disabled. So everything is working just fine. Let's get out and re-enter just to check it. It was not this one. What is this? KYUEQ, this one. Okay, and pay here is disabled. So everything is just as it should be. So yeah, that's all for now. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope to see you again tomorrow, and ciao.